Moving out in a nutshell. Let's see if we can relate to this.
So if you've clicked on this video, you are either currently moving out, looking to move out, have already moved out, or just need a video to watch while you eat food. And it's most certainly the last one. Well, I have recently been in the process of moving out. Flying the nest, as they say. If the nest in question was a brick terrace house in the middle of England. And let me tell you, boy, is it eventful. But before...
Anytime I moved out, everything I owned just got destroyed in the process. Especially like everything that is high value and fragile. Like figures, thoughts, everything got destroyed.
We'll get into that. If you want your fix of Joseppi content, the second channel is fully up and running for more content between main channel videos. There's a bunch of videos up there already that you can
Oh, it's him. We finally see him.
go and watch, and I've also been streaming regularly on Twitch and hanging out with you guys, which has been super fun. Maybe just don't clean the G. Oh my! I've also been running live viewer community events like room reviews or live show and tell,
Room reviews is something I really want to do.
which later becomes second channel videos. So if you want to get involved in any future live events, or anything for that matter, everything gets announced in the community Discord server, which is all linked below. So see you there, gamers. So before you can take part in said moving out, you of course need to find somewhere to move to.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit like House Marmite. Some people may hate this process, whilst others may love it. I mean, sure, it's exciting looking for your future gaff, but it can also be extremely tedious and stressful to find the right place. There's certainly lots of variables to consider. If it's an apartment or a
The money, how much it costs.
house, the number of bedrooms, the condition of the place, the
This in New York would be like 3K a month.
area, the view, if you have roommates or if you're alone, how high the rent is, and if it's in Birmingham. Birmingham! Well, guys, don't you fret. Sit down and get comfortable. Let Uncle Joe tell you the best way to do this. So here's what you want to do when looking for a property. Hop in Discord, call with your friends, share your screen, pull up any housing site, and venture forth. What a night of fun you will have, exploring different places all around the city, where you will encounter a mix of, oh, this place looks quite good actually, it's a contender, and wow, look how cool this place is, and then the single weirdest interiors you've ever seen.
This is true, and there is some weird houses, but not like this. Like not fashion. Let's call them fashion. Let's not not fashion styled interiors. No, there is some weird stuff. I was scrolling on internet. I had like an ad for a house to rent. I went in and I saw like someone having walls in weird places. Like he had a wall in the middle, and the wall didn't connect. Like it had 3 rooms in the side, and there is a wall in the middle of the room, and you can't put your bed comfortably somewhere. So it was super weird.
They make you question how any sane human was behind the design of it. Absolute, pure, unrivaled cinema. Trust me, give it a try. Heck, even if you aren't planning to move, try it out. So when you've scoured every livable space that there is to browse, and you've sorted through the contender pile, you're left with one of your golden listings.
Yeah.
Somewhere that you can see yourself living. The place you want to call home. Hey, that's one big hurdle out of the way. Next, all you have to do is apply for a viewing. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm going to talk about renting a place rather than buying one outright. Because it's the most common approach when people first move out. And I'm assuming that there aren't too many millionaires watching right now. Besides you, Elon. I know you're seeing this. Anyway, so you finally get a response and turn up at the place for a viewing. You meet with the kind estate agent and in you go. Now,
And they hide all the bad stuff about the red flags about the property until it's too late.
viewings are always a little bit strange. Like, of course it's important to see the place in person, walk around the rooms, but it's
They also do a trick. They bring you to visit early or some day where there is no traffic in the road nearby, so you don't hear if it's noisy or not. This is a really nasty trick.
not like you haven't been sat at home inspecting every inch of the house online before you came. And what are you actually supposed to say when you see the rooms? Oh, yeah, awesome. That is a room. Yep. I mean, even if the house was shit, you're not going to say that to the agent, are you? It's the same energy as when you get a haircut and they show you the back of your head.
And they tell you, hey champ, how is it? And you're like, I need to hide for the next 3 months, but thank you, it looked good.
And regardless of how it looks, you just say, yeah, brilliant. Cheers, mate. Thanks. Well, we've seen all around your dream house and hopefully everything is to your liking. You look the agent firmly in the eyes and say the golden phrase, the aura statement of the year. I'll take it. Congratulations. Another big step of the process.
What do you mean you will take it? First, you don't ask about the price, you little rich. View place,
But
say
now
you will take
it
it.
really is a game of anxiously waiting. There may be other contenders. They might have to consult the landlord. Oh, you got accepted. That was fast. Nice. Congratulations. You've bagged the place you were looking for. You're officially moving. Exciting times. But sure, Whilst it's exciting, it's here that you need to lock in. Because as great as the idea of moving in is, you also have to do all the prep to move out. But before you can
Yes. Oh my god. Putting everything in a box. And depend. There is some times where when you wanna move out, you don't move out in a day. Like you pack your things. Let's say 1 week maximum. You don't pack the important things, okay? But if you are really meticulous on stuff, you pack your things in boxes that contain the same family of items. Let's say shower things. So you need to pack shower things in one box, but you keep the necessity, but you need to keep also the box around because you can't take it off under the pile or something. So it's really a big mental gymnastic to do that.
think of moving in, you'll be sent a mountain of paperwork where you'll be asked a flurry of questions like your name, your age, how much money you make, your height, your credit score, what Gen 1 Pokemon start you like the most, your entire family tree's bank statements, how many digits of pi you know off by heart, your Spotify Wrapped, your favourite colour, your favourite IKEA plushie, and your best drawing of Elon Musk. Well, once all of those are answered and the paperwork is sent off, the next step, packing, may be the most tedious part of the whole moving out process.
And if you have friends and you ask them to help you, there is always one of them that will join you. Do nothing, just chill. The rest is like doing the hard work.
Taking the entirety of your belongings and cramming them into numerous cardboard boxes. How fun, going through drawer after drawer, discovering items that you lost 5 years.
Yeah, and if you have ADHD, you like discover an item, play with it like for an hour and forget about packing your stuff.
Years ago, and you're instantly filled with nostalgia and memories as you look at it, or finding something you didn't even know you owned in the first place, or pulling stuff out from under the bed that you'd shoved under there 3 months ago to forget about, and finding an entire civilization of dust. Well, you start small, packing the easy stuff, little knickknacks, stuff off your desk, toothbrushes. Then you slowly work your way up to clothes and coats, etc. Then, of course, there is the task of furniture. Now, assuming you're moving into an unfurnished place, it's of course your job to fill the place with exquisite furniture, a part of moving out that a lot of people love. I mean, any excuse
It's so expensive.
to go to IKEA is a good one. Now, if you already own furniture, a sofa for example, salute to you. I wish you the best of luck, because one of the hardest tasks on this earth that we call home is trying to cram a sofa through a door frame or taking a mattress up the stairs. But if you're moving
and you fuck it up, like you destroyed stuff from everywhere, and it's usually bad.
for the first time, I highly recommend just buying new furniture for the place and doing it that way. So it comes boxed and you
It can be a smart way when you leave your old place, sell everything and use that money to buy new things. If you have the money, because if you don't have the money, you need to open all your stuff and sometimes you break them, so you need to buy new ones.
can just construct it. Far easier. Or just have some delivery men to get the sofa through the door for you. And of course, to get new furniture means you have to partake in the act of shopping for said new furniture. So when I was on the market for a sofa for the new place, I went to a store we have here in the UK called DFS, which is basically just a
This look fancy. And when you go to these kind of places, sometimes you just wanna like do the monkey brain shopping. You go, you see the price, the color, and you take it or not. But you go to some places that hide the price, and when you stop to check, there's like the guy in charge that come and start like selling you this. Oh, it have like some alpaca wool ass here, and it's like you know it's like 4K for stuff, and you're like, no, I'm not interested, and they insist, and it's super awkward.
sofa store. And apparently DFS stands for Direct Furniture Store. But honestly, I hadn't really ever given much thought
Is there
into
like
what the letters stood for.
indirect?
I thought it was just something along the lines of damn,
Fuck.
sofas.
Shit.
Well, as you walk in, you lay eyes upon the valley of sofas in front of you, all sat there waiting to be,
Yes.
well, sat on. Now, much like the sofas in IKEA that I mentioned in the IKEA in a nutshell video, the second you enter any DFS, or any sofa store for that matter, you are legally obliged to sit on every single sofa in that store to see
And even if they put the sign, please don't sit on it, you just wait that no one see at your side and you sit on it quickly.
how they feel. You have fabric sofas, leather sofas, recliner sofas, soft sofas, hard sofas, sofas with speakers, sofas that massage you, all drastically different experiences, and every one has to be experienced. Trust me, take the whole family. It is a day out of fun. Well, after trying basically every sofa, I turned my eyes to one
And when you try every sofa, you buy none and you leave.
that my arse had yet to touch. There it sat, this huge green sofa. I'm talking this thing could seat maybe 10 people. I walked up to it and I was about to 100% DFS. I sat down and sank so far down into it. It was like a cloud. By far, the best thing I
they are
have
like,
ever sat on.
how much is it? Oh, it's 6K.
A hell of a sofa experience. This was the sofa. I had to have it. This was my dream sofa. Unfortunately, it wasn't my bank account's dream sofa because it cost £4,000.
I knew it. And they always have like some weird name to it. They don't name it, oh, I don't know, Sofa X1. No, it's Blatteroni Falfettoni. Bro, take off the name and they reduce the price by half.
So in the end, I settled for a grey corner sofa from the range that was about 10 times cheaper.
Yeah, we all do that. We go like to the local peer-to-peer website and you buy one for 500. If you are lucky, it's new, but sometimes it just have a stain somewhere. I don't know. What is it? You clean it and never talk about it.
But it's got the job done. It's comfortable. And a little hack for furniture I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of. Always have a look on the classic Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
The only time that it's socially acceptable to open Facebook under the age of 50. We got a dining table and 4 chairs for £20 British. An
That's banger.
bargain. So always give that a look before you buy something new. And plus, to look at the funny photos of boomers trying to take photos.
Oh my god, there was someone that was selling a air fryer new, but they took it out from the package and I was looking to buy one. And the guy was naked and we could see his reflection in the like air fryer, not mirror, like glass. It was something.
Photos of their mirrors. So once you've either managed to remove a wall to get your old furniture in, or have your new furniture boxed, before you can build them, first, it's time to breathe some life into the place, mainly painting the walls. Sometimes you move into a place and the walls can be some right weird colours, sort of like the house was designed by a blind interior designer. So head into the nearest hardware store. You can
yeah, and they tell you, oh, this is like the green color of Pasticcio Melamoni, and you're like, I don't care, I just want it white.
peruse the many different paint colours that always have the strangest names. Bone
Yeah.
green, elephant dick grey.
This is what I was talking about. They like to give fancy names to stuff that should not be fancy.
Donald Trump orange, Asmongold roux.
Asmongold roux.
So when you've eventually found your desired colours and purchased them from an employee that's been working at the store for 50 years, it's all pretty straightforward from here. Get some paint on your roller or brush and whack that baby on the walls. Just make sure you wear clothes that you don't care about getting covered in paint, put dust sheets down to save the carpet, and open...
I do like paint my room once per year, so I know this, like, it's really shitty, and every time you check what to sacrifice in your clothes to paint your room. But I found the trick. I use the same clothes. When they are painted, I don't throw them anymore. I just keep them layered.
Put windows so you don't hotbox the room with tons of paint fumes. Also, if you don't plan on painting your ceiling, you best hope you have a steady hand, because that shit is more precise than surgery. So with
Or you can put a tape.
freshly painted walls, it's finally time to tackle the furniture. Now I've discovered
But there is a trick. If you want to put a tape, you have to put it on some clothes, so the sticky part is like less sticky, so don't take off some paint from the roof. Sometimes it happens.
flat pack furniture on this channel before. We all know how it goes. You're presented with many various different pieces, and you have to follow the instructions.
Yeah, the instructions are this like rarely good. Usually I go from like with instinct, and I always, when I finish, I have like some pieces left, and I'm like, fuck it. Like if it get destroyed, it get destroyed. I'm not like looking what is missing.
Instruction manual that looks like an aircraft manual. Lines everywhere. I mean, they might as well make these things in Arabic. I have no chance of understanding them. Then if you do eventually make sense of it, you start to build it and realise you've lost 3 screws and the entire thing can't be built anymore, so you just sort of mash it all together and hope that it still serves its purpose. Anybody that says IKEA flat pack furniture is just adult Lego clearly has no idea how hard it is. You have to follow the IKEA instructions and build the product from scratch with the parts you're given. Kind of like adult Lego.
Oh, you get it now.
So finally, your walls are painted, your furniture is built, sort of. The house is now technically livable. But first, a mundane...
Livable. I mean, if you have your PC setup and a sofa, you are good, you are good.
Yet important step. The very first weekly shop. We all know the weekly shop. You get yourself down to any supermarket of your choice and buy the essentials to survive.
Yeah.
Bread, milk, eggs, etc. We all know how it goes. Just a part of human life. But that very first shop when you first move into a new place is when you realise that you have really stepped into adult life. Now, I don't know if I'm just an old man. I mean, the other day I did download an app that identifies the birds around me by their bird songs. But on that first shop, I found myself getting excited at the most boring items ever. I mean, never in my life did I think I'd find myself so hyped to buy a bottle of fairy liquid. Well, here we are.
Oh my god, I'm becoming old because I get excited when I buy new sponges.
Scrub daddy, a toilet brush, towels, cutlery.
Oh, towels and socks. I don't know why it makes me happy to wear new socks.
A kettle, a toaster, a mop, all so mundane, but all so necessary. I think it makes the move feel real, maybe. So you're fully prepped for the first night. You have all the necessities until you take a shit and realize you forgot the toilet paper. So being fully
And do you use your socks? Please, anyone? Is it only me?
moved in, as time goes on, things become a lot more fun. The place becomes more livable. It starts to feel homey. You get used to the place. And then you have the adulting tasks like cleaning and cooking. Now, some people out there have a natural ability to chef it up in the kitchen. And whilst cooking is a skill that any of us can learn and improve,
I'm good at cooking. I cook very well. I hate cooking.
it does take practice for sure.
What I hate exactly is the process to use the least amount of objects to cook, but I hate washing after that, especially wet food. Sometimes I have like food left and I don't know if I throw it or what I do with it, so I just pile them up in the fridge and I have like 1 week left over after.
And sometimes making meals alone can really drop you in at the deep end. I mean, I bought a steak pie from the shop the other day, and on the back of the box it said gas mark 6 for 50 to 55 minutes. Sounds simple enough. Well, a couple of days prior, I had tried to cook chicken in the oven, and after about half an hour, the chicken was still pink inside.
Yeah.
I assumed that the oven was just shit. So with the pie being 50 to 55 minutes, I thought with the oven being shit, I'll check on it at 55 minutes. Then I'll just keep an eye on it until it's done.
And you burn it.
Extra time. Well, skip
A
forward
classic.
55 minutes, I walk down the stairs and start to smell toast. I approach the oven, and this was the state of the pie.
You have like to check it each 10 minutes around.
Well, the top of the pie at least, because the bottom looked like this. So I spent the next 20 minutes scraping burnt pastry into the bin. Then I had to
This is like a shameful thing to do. Like it happened to me often, and you scrap, and even when you eat, you still feel the burnt parts, and you are like, I have to eat it anyway.
flip the pie upside down in the oven to cook the raw underside. And that was just a frozen oven pie. I can cook, guys, I promise. I made steak, egg and chips the next day, and it was beautiful. And hands down, absolutely, get yourself an egg.
As a baker, this happened, yeah. So when I was working in my restaurant, I was doing a lot of baking. I had to learn because like customers did want pastry, so I was learning how to make like 5-star stuff, and I did work a lot with matcha. And for pies, for let's say the first 2 months, always I was burning them and like crabbing the part where it's like black, so I can eat the rest, but the taste never leave, even if you take off the other part. Or you thin it so less that when you want to cut it, become like a mess.
End of flashback.
Air fryer. They have boomed in popularity over the last couple of years, but middle-aged women are onto something because those things are amazing. Then you have your neighbours. Now, in a country like England,
Do I look stupid like this with my face painted?
where everybody's antisocial, and on the tube you keep your eye contact to 0, having neighbours is purely a professional relationship, where you hear them making weird noises through the wall, then you give them the occasional no teeth, no words British smile as you pass them in the street. But over time, you start
No,
to
I'm lucky. My area is like very silent.
customize your space. Even recently, I've started slowly buying things for my office to make it a cool, creative space. Pops of colour here and there to give the room some life. And being able to express yourself through how you decorate your home is a really fun opportunity. Even if you do have to ask the landlord's permission before you put any sort of hole in the wall. Moving out or living alone, whilst scary, can be a huge step
Putting holes in the wall is scary because you have to paint it and it's not like as smooth as before.
towards independence. Sure, it's not for everyone, and it certainly isn't easy, and should only be done when you feel ready, but it definitely grants you a new level of freedom, character development if you will. Sure, it might take a little bit of learning at first, but once you're a domesticated expert, cooking, cleaning, maintaining and looking after the place, it all becomes
I'm accepting donations. Anyone with the extra $2K dollar.
pretty fun. A little bit of you that you can call home. Until you get your first set of bills and rent through, and you realise
Yes, the bills. Very not funny.
to take a loan out to put the heating on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, bills, if you wanna live comfortably, are never funny. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time. Subscribe if you wanna see more. Bye bye!